I've already been amazed by the rainforest, but seeing it in daylight is only half the story. The other half doesn't even come out till nighttime. So I've travelled to a research station to see the nocturnal creatures in action. Some of its smallest inhabitants are amongst the most important, but to get close up and personal with these elusive creatures is almost impossible. According to naturalist Qian Li, the only way is to set up a trap.
Isn't that amazing?
But in this one, nobody gets hurt, just a bit dazzled. It's thought there are about 80,000 types of insect in Borneo, about 1/10 of the amount on the rest of the planet.
Look at this one right here. This is a hawk moth. One of the main predators of all the moths here are bats.
Yes.
The hawk moths, most ingeniously, are actually able to produce ultrasound, which interferes with the echolocation calls of the bats, so that the bats actually lose track of where the moth is.
One of the most impressive creatures in Qian's trap is the atlas beetle. Oh,
Oh, he's just clawing
he
on.
clings on.
Yeah, they have these grappling hook-like claws. Do you see that?
Oh, he's...
Careful, they're very sharp claws.
His claws are impressive, but it's his horns that really steal the show.
They have these long horns to have combat with other males, so they can compete for the female. And you see that this one, he's able to scoop up the other male and throw him off of a branch. Very beautiful thing.
Very, very beautiful. I've heard the 6 o'clock cicadas, but Qian wants to show me one of its even noisier cousins.
This is a cicada.
Is it?
And we have many, many different kinds of cicadas. It's only the males that make the noise.
Yes.
Listen to this one.
Oh! No. What's he making that sound with?
2 plates right here on the underside, and they actually have muscles to snap these, like flipping a piece of plastic backwards and forwards. So cicadas feed on the sap of trees, and they suck out all the juices that come out. But to get rid of the excess fluid, they squirt it out their rear end. So sometimes if you're standing under a tree with a lot of cicadas, it feels like it's raining because all that water just comes down.
Oh, I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
She's happy you're here.
Another jungle musician is a supersized relative of the grasshopper.
The giant katydid. So they make their sounds by rubbing the top of their wings together, and you can see it happen right here. Oh, oh, he's got me with his spines. Yeah, it's okay. This is a praying mantis.
Oh, is he? Oh, hello.
Well, he likes you.
I'm fond of insects, but there is a limit.
Hold on, he's going for your jugular.
We're rightly worried about losing the orangutans from the rainforest, but the insects are just as important. Look at that.
It's translucent, isn't it? If insects were suddenly wiped out, the whole ecosystem of the forest would just collapse. Yeah. They're essential to the rainforest.
I'm completely at a loss for words. David and I are keeping a diary of our amazing experiences in Borneo, but there are so many that it's hard to keep up.
Because we haven't written today's yet, and so... What's today?
Sunday?
Sunday, right. You have to keep asking what day of the week it is.
I have no idea.
No idea.
I think it's Sunday.
The noise of the insects.
The 6 o'clock cicada.
Yeah, on the dot.
But also, you said, that's our fan making that noise.
And it wasn't.
It was that very, very
so
unbelievably loud cicada.
Yeah.
With a trumpet under his arm, I think.
It was, yeah.
I'll never forget it. I've seen the orangutans and the insects, but none of them would be here without the trees. Borneo is home to the largest tropical trees on the planet. The world's tallest was recently discovered here. It's more than 330 feet tall. That's nearly twice the height of Nelson's Column. In order to get close to one of these trees, I'm travelling deeper into the jungle. I'm keen for Glenn Reynolds to introduce me to one of these magnificent specimens. It's a dipterocarp, a tree with a two-winged seed.
This tree is probably 500 years old.
That is an amazing...
It's tremendous, isn't it? These buttress roots are characteristic of tropical trees. What you do get in these forests are these tremendous downdrafts of wind, these gusts of wind that can knock even the largest trees over. So the rainforest species develop these enormous buttress roots which keep the tree upright, so buttress it like a giant cathedral.
Beautiful. Everything about these trees seems to be gigantic.
These are some dipterocarp seeds.
Oh, what a beautiful colour.
Aren't they just? So you can see why they're called dipterocarp, so two-winged seed. So,
isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, isn't it lovely? So it's a bit like a sort of a sycamore on acid, if you like.
Yes.
You know, so when you
Yes.
toss these things up in the air, see if we can get it to do it.
Oh.
Down they come with a twirl.
Oh, how amazing. Glenn tells me these trees contain a treasure that was once the most prized resource in Borneo.
One of the other major export crops was this, which is resin.
Resin is a protective liquid that seals trees' wounds by seeping from the bark and eventually fossilizes to form a kind of amber.
Resin is used for fillings of teeth, would you believe? So we've all got a bit of Borneo in us, if you've got root canal
I've
fillings.
not got quite enough.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Perhaps you could
very
do it
unpleasant.
quick.
Well, yeah, that's right. Open up. This particular species has a lovely smell.
Oh, I can smell it now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's lovely.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
beautiful.
lovely
Yeah,
smell.
so you, so it's used in incense as well.
I was
so-
going to say,
Ah,
that
yeah.
actually is like
No, it's
incense.
rather lovely stuff.
All of a sudden, we're joined by a cheeky fellow who doesn't seem to be bothered by us at all.
This little chap here is an agamid lizard, sitting there very obligingly.
Mind, does he? He's obviously an acting lizard. He's totally unfazed by us, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Or she. Many of the animals here see the trees as high-rise apartment blocks and live on different floors.
These very large trees are incredibly important. They support a whole range of different species.
Well, they're actually living there.
Living there. So ants, termites, earthworms, a range of other invertebrates. The canopy is very poorly studied because it's so difficult to get up there. But we think that somewhere between 25 and 30% of the total biodiversity in a rainforest is up there. So it's incredibly important. So perhaps later you might like to have a bit of a closer look.
I'd love to. You mean up there?
Up there.
Yes, I would.
Super.
Just listen and just look. It's the straightness of all the trees and, of course, the height. But it's simply... Well, it takes your breath away. It's not like anything I've ever experienced before. I'm told the tropical rainforest in Borneo is home to 288 types of mammal, more than 300 types of bird, and thousands of insects. It's thought to have more plants and creatures per square mile than any other place on the planet. So, who clears up after them all? To find out, I've come to see scientist Eleanor Slade.
So someone told me this morning that there was an orangutan somewhere around here.
We're on the trail of the creatures that are the janitors of the rainforest, the eccentric dung beetle.
Ah, here we go. There we are. So these are the rolling dung beetles. So here you can see him rolling his dung using the back legs.
I know, upside down.
Yep.
Facing the wrong way. Incredible.
So whenever they find a dung pile, like this pile of orangutan dung, then they fly down and locate it with their antennae and then roll their dung ball off.
Yes, of course, you forget that they can fly.
Yeah.
Of course you think they're just walking all the time backwards.
They cut out the ball with their back legs and shape it into a ball shape.
They're very, very skilled. I mean, they're unbelievably strong, aren't they?
Yeah, they're incredibly strong. So they can move up to 1,000 times their own body weight. So that's the equivalent to 6 double-decker buses. Like if you imagine pushing 6 double-decker buses up a hill, that's what these guys are doing.
Back at the lodge, Eleanor wants to introduce me to some more of my newfound friends, to explain why they bury poo.
This is the biggest dung beetle that we have in Borneo.
Is
Do you
he
want to
all
hold
right?
him?
Can
Yeah. He's quite strong.
Oh, he's very
strong. Yeah, he won't hurt you. He's just trying to bury down.
These delightful dung beetles aren't just hypermanic cleaners. There's method in their madness.
So they spend most of their time actually underground in the soil, burying their dung balls, feeding off the dung and laying their eggs in the dung.
I thought it was always getting rid of something. I didn't realise it was where he lived.
Yeah.
Or where they lay their eggs. One of the characteristics of male dung beetles is their horns, some more ornate than others.
This is my favourite dung beetle here, I think.
Could you pick him out in a crowd, you mean?
Yes.
It's not this particular one.
Oh, this particular one, yeah, it's my favourite. He's called Bob.
Yes, of course.
So this one doesn't occur anywhere else in the world.
He's good, Bob, isn't he?
I can
see why he's your
Would you
favourite.
like to keep him?
I can see exactly why
He seems
he's
to
your
really
favourite.
like you.
And me, him.
As you can see, once you've seen them, then they're incredibly charismatic. Yes. And they're kind of cute as well with their little antennae and their big horns. But they're also, of course, very, very important for ecosystems. By removing the dung, they help increase the nutrients in the soil, and that means that and then bury it. So the microbes that produce methane can't be active. So they might actually help with sort of global warming and things as well.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be a dung beetle. Oh, I like him very, very much. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Will he come back?
Might come and visit you.
Bob and his friends are the ultimate rainforest cleaners. They even make life better for all of us.
Without them, we'd literally be knee-deep in poo.
Well, it's just as well. They're around.
Yeah, it is.
Good heavens. This jungle is already beyond my wildest dreams. Around every corner, there's always an extraordinary creature. But I never guessed what I was going to do next. Today's the big day. I'm about to ascend into the jungle canopy with my friend, Tony Kirkham.
There are 2 kilometres of ropes in this tree at present. So they're going to pull us up. Yeah.
Together we're going to discover what goes on in the upper stories of this multi-layered Eden. Tony's climbed a lot of trees, but for me, it's a first. We're being helped by one of the best rope rigging teams in Southeast Asia. I know how shy a horse feels. It's getting pretty exciting. I'm about to be hauled up a tree that's over 250 feet tall.
You ready?
Here we go, yeah.
have fun up there.
Thank you.
That's actually taller than Nelson's column.
This is where it all goes on.
It certainly is. Look at it.
Isn't it amazing?
Just look at it. I haven't even got there yet, and I feel as if I'm entering another world. Waiting for us in the canopy is scientist Tom Fail.
Right, we're just going to go through some fronds. Judy. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Look who's
They
here.
haven't seen anyone for a bit.
Hey?
Oh, hi, Tom.
Welcome to the Rainforest canopy.
This is amazing, Judy, isn't it? That we're
Beautiful.
looking at here.
Yeah, that's
Incredible.
These ferns are home to most of the animals that live in the canopy.
Beautiful fronds.
Shine on them and full of bits of dead foliage.
That's right. This is really valuable habitat for animals to come and live in.
Yeah.
In one single fern, you can have up to 40,000 individual insects.
Suddenly now, we're getting an entirely different perspective by coming up from the bottom. But it's not only insects that live up here.
This is an amazing habitat for lots of different animals.
It looks like at the kind of right level for the orangutans who sit up
Yes.
there and eat the fruit.
Yes, yes, of course. Animals that live up in the canopy can move around between the different trees.
Yeah.
One of the most unexpected animals is a frog. The harlequin tree frog spends most of its life above the forest floor. It has webbed feet that allow it to parachute from tree to tree. The Draco lizard rarely reaches the ground. When it's hunted by a tree snake, the flaps of skin on its body allow it to glide out of danger. But perhaps the weirdest of all is the kubong. It's a gliding mammal that has an enormous blanket of furry skin that extends like a wingsuit. It can travel 100 yards in one leap. Staggering. I feel incredibly privileged. I feel I know the rainforest quite well now. I'm living up there now. Spectacular. Tom wants to show me one of the most surprising creatures that lives up this tree. But because it's a potential killer, he's going to show me on the ground.
I'll just take a bit further back because we don't want her running up my
Up the arm. This centipede injects poison into its victims. Only a few inches long, it's been known to kill a human being. No wonder Tom's a bit nervous.
Yes.
There we go.
If the centipede is the super-villain of the tree fern, Tom has found an ant that has superhero powers.
What we could call a Spider-Man ant is squirting foam.
Oh, yes.
This is to stop other insects from attacking them. Say another ant colony tries to invade their colony, they will spray them like this and it will stop them from, get them all gummed up, stop them from being able to attack.
And that must be highly effective.
Yes, it can completely glue up any other insect that tries to attack these ants.
All these weird and wonderful animals thrive in this magical, mysterious forest. But how secure is their future? Tonight, David and I are meeting scientist Greg Asner. We're at the pictures.
Yeah, we're going to see a movie tonight.
He uses planes packed with the latest technology to scan the forest of North Borneo and reveal it in a completely new way. This image shows 150 square miles of jungle. He uses a new kind of high-tech scanner to reveal just how rich the rainforest is. Each shade of color is a different species of tree. Amazingly, there are 3,000 tree types in Borneo. Even though tropical rainforests cover only 5% of the planet, they contain nearly half of all tree species.
It's mind-blowing because we get to see just how diverse this forest is. Here in Denham Valley, in this area, we can have 300 species in a single hectare.
Really?
And to give you an idea, there are about 30 tree species in the UK.
It's no comparison.
No comparison at all. But Greg's work also reveals the threat we all face if we lose the jungle. Tropical rainforests hoover up harmful carbon that contributes to global warming. But these lungs of the world are under increasing pressure from our insatiable appetite for palm oil, used in everything from ice cream to toothpaste.
These are areas that have been planted for oil palm, like you saw from the helicopter.
Yes. His aerial cameras reveal something surprising about how much carbon these massive palm oil plantations retain.
You'll see that the oil palm, this blue coloring, there is a low amount of carbon. They just don't hold much.
Greg then flew his scanners from the plantations over untouched forest.
Red colors tell us that this forest is stocked with carbon, just as it should be. We want the carbon stored in these forests rather than sitting up in the atmosphere, causing that warming effect.
You can be told as many times as you like, can't you, and read it. But if you actually see evidence of it, it makes a very powerful impact. Such incontrovertible proof of the importance of the rainforest is causing governments to rethink.
We're working with the government to increase the amount of forest protected from its current 25% to 30%. So that 5% increase represents an area about 3 times the size of London, all in forest with trees and animals and all the wildlife that lives within. And those wins are what we're after, step by step.
Of course.
There is hope.
We've seen hope all over the planet.
Very, very good news. It has given me an amazing insight into the importance of the rainforests for all of us. More forest means more homes for wildlife. So I'm going to join a project about to introduce 3 bears to the woods for the very first time. So far, I've ranged deep into the forest. I've seen an orangutan in the wild for the first time, and some other wonderful creatures. I've learned how they're all under threat and that the forest is being lost at a frightening rate. But I've also found there's hope for the rainforest and its animals. So, to see that hope in action, I'm travelling 60 miles to Sepilok, on the edge of the forest. I've come to the orphanage for the Bornean sun bears. Dr. Wong Suti runs the centre. For the past 30 years, Wong has devoted his career to the Bornean sun bears. This bear is native to Borneo. It's also the smallest bear in the world, about the size of a Labrador. They might look adorable, but they can be ferocious. The centre is currently home to 46, all of them orphans. Have you any idea, any kind of estimate about how many sun bears?
In the wild, we do not know. But one thing for sure, their density in the forest is much lower than the orangutan. Only a few thousand left.
And they're hunted, of course, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Bears in Asia has been poached, has been used as a traditional medicine for a long, long time.
Yes,
People
and
hunt.
you think gradually people are changing their mind about this?
I hope so. I really hope so.
I hope
yeah.
so.
For me, I think the next 10 years will be a very crucial time period. If we fail, they'll be gone.
Have you seen really young bears here?
Yes, we do. When the bears that turn up at our center, often, unfortunately, mother has been killed. I personally have nursed several of them. That's why people call me Papa Bear. I raise bear cubs, you know, and take the role as the surrogate mother. Just like humans, they are mammals. They're dependent on their mother to raise them up, to give them food, teach them, protect them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have a big family.
I do have a big family. There's a bear down there.
Who is it?
Fulong.
You know him?
Yes, I know. I raised him up. He's my little baby. I raised him up. I'm his papa.
Of course you are. What do you like most about the sun bear?
The thing that I like most is their climbing ability. It's amazing. They are like primates. They can climb the tree all the way to the treetop, 30 or 40 meters above the ground. And they sleep there. Sometimes they make nests. They are the only bears that can climb so high. And they are...
And you do release
yes,
some bear?
Yes, we do release some bear. And would you like to join us for our bear release tomorrow?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
One of the bears that will be introduced to the wild is 4-year-old Tan Tan. She has been sedated to prepare her for her journey to freedom. Tan Tan was rescued when she was 4 months old after her mother had been killed. She was about to be sold for body parts used in traditional medicine.
She's very hot right now, so we have to cool her down with running water.
It looks distressing, but this thorough checkup is essential before the bears are set free.
We already taken her blood to do health check, measurements and all things already. So today we're gonna do a final checkup, check on the collar.
And she's tagged. Oh, she has a collar.
She has a collar.
Yeah.
So these are
the collar will track Tan Tan's movements for a year and then drop off.
This will be the last time that we're gonna do this to her. And tomorrow she'll be free. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Who else is going? Tan Tan?
Tan Tan.
Yes.
And then Boy.
Yes.
And Kitut.
And Kito. Good journey it's going to be.
Yep.
Exciting.
So, yeah, tomorrow's a big day.
Having travelled overnight, the 3 bears are ready for the last part of their journey.
This is literally the final leg. From 30 minutes to an hour from now,
Yes, they'll be free. Are they quite calm?
They are quite calm. Right now, we try to keep them cool as much as possible.
Calm. Well, this is wonderful. It's a day of celebration.
Yes, it is.
They're going to an area far from human habitation and only accessible by helicopter. Bears brought up by humans sometimes find it difficult to adapt to life in the wild. So releases like this are extremely rare. It's only the 5th Wong has attempted in a 30-year career. No, hush, hush. Hush, hush, hush. It's all right. What an emotional moment. Wow.
It is.
Really extraordinary.
Happy and sad.
Yes, wonderful that they've got this life. But having been with them for so long,
Yes, yeah, it's
knowing
like,
them so well,
and knowing that we are not going to see them again.
I know.
And
I
really
know.
hope that they can make it and make this forest home, and wish them never ever encounter any humans again.
I quite agree.
Yeah.
I quite agree. Or any threat.
Yes, or any threat.
I know. It does give me incredible hope for the future that this is being done. The moment has come for the bears to be freed. Tantan and Boboy make their escape, but Kitud is not so sure. Finally, she makes her break too. Oh, well done, Warren.
Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah.
It's so great these wonderful bears are back in the forest, because I'm told they control termites that kill trees. They spread seeds and keep the soil healthy. Like all the animals I've met, they play a crucial role in the forest's survival. And the healthier the forest, the better for all of us.